Yes,
Yes,
we
yeah,
are.
thank you. First, my heart is full of joy to be here in front of you. Verse 20. N'enregistrez pas. N'enregistrez pas, s'il vous plaît. Non, j'ai dit ici. N'enregistrez pas. N'enregistrez pas. Yeah, thank you. I was saying my heart is full of joy to be in front of you. Do you know why?
Why?
My heart is full of joy to be in front of you because I have brought you a wonderful story. And this story has never been told here at the PSLS. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be concentrated and to listen to me carefully. Jusque là, ça va?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The title of my story is Jesus healed a crippled man. Or the title of my story is Jesus healed a paralytic man. Or the title of my story is Jesus healed a lame. Right?
Right. Okay.
Madame bien, ça va? Madame bien, ça va? Okay, I was saying the title of my story is. Je suis en train de crier, n'est-ce pas?
Yes.
Quand vous allez le dire, il faut pas que qu'on est prêt. Non. On n'a pas besoin de ça. Il faut que les gens comme les gens sont en train de le faire. Donc, I was saying, the title of my story is Jesus healed a crippled person. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, here, this is the schema of my, or the diagram of my story. In my story, we have the town or the city. The city. C'est ce qu'on nous a appris. En Israël, on clôture toujours les villes, n'est-ce pas? C'est ce qu'on nous a appris, n'est-ce pas? Oh, vous ne connaissez pas ça? Comme qui s'assout. Là où nous vivons, là où je vis, on clôture par exemple ça. On clôture cette commune. On clôture ça, c'est comme ça. Et puis on met des portes. It was the same case in this city. And in this city we have the gates. Gates, c'est porte ou portail. And the gate is made of, j'avais donné ça, n'est-ce pas? The gate is made of doorways. Doorways are small doors in the gates. Right? Madame, jusqu'à ça va. And we have the pool. The pool or the swimming pool. On dit swimming pool parce que les gens nagent. When you don't swim, we don't call it a swimming pool. It's just a pool. There is a pool. And in this pool, there are people who were sick. C'est bon?
Yes.
Thank you. And there was a person who spent 48 years with the same disease. Disease is maladie. Disease. He spent 48 years with the same disease. Jusqu'à là, ça va?
Yes.
But now I start my story. Once upon a time, there was a feast in Jerusalem. And that feast was on the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day. No, the Sabbath. Sabbath. The Sabbath. The Sabbath. The Sabbath. The Sabbath day. That feast was on the Sabbath day. Or it was on Sabbath. Right? And the Sabbath is the last day. The Sabbath is as Sunday. The Sabbath is a day when people don't go to work. People don't go to the field to cultivate the land or to work on the land. On the Sabbath, everybody is at home. Parents and mothers and their children are at home. This is the Sabbath because all the days people often go to work to look for something to eat and to do this and that. And on the Sabbath, they put that feast in Jerusalem on the Sabbath. Why? Because they wanted everybody to be there and to assist in that feast. Jusque là, ça va?
Yes, ça va.
Thank you. There was a man, as I said, that man was a crippled man or a crippled person. That man spent 48 years in this swimming pool or in this pool. He spent 48 years. This man was rejected. He was rejected. Because when you spend 40 years, even if your parents were coming to give you food, will they be coming always to give you food? Will they be coming? Because it's a lot. 40 years.
Yes.
40 years, you are already father, and you have even 10 children. If you are, I'm sorry, if you are Luma. And if you are Manu, you can have even 5 or 10. And it was the same case with this man, because this man spent 48 years around this swimming pool. I said in the swimming pool, there were a lot of kinds in salt. Kinds of sick people. Sick people, les malades. Sick people ou les sick. Et sick. C'est comme ça qu'on forme les pluriels avec ce genre de mots. On peut dire les sick ou sick people. C'est bon. C'est bon. Ok. Ou on peut dire rich people. Ou
the rich.
The rich people.
The rich.
Ou the rich. C'est la même chose. C'est bon.
Mm.
Okay, thank you. That man spent a lot of years. He spent 48 years around that swimming pool. That man was tired of life, and he was fed up. To be fed up with. Je répète, ce n'est pas pour les nouveaux, s'il vous plaît. Il ne faut pas écrire tous les mots parce qu'à la maison, vous n'aurez pas le temps de les lire. Fed up with. En avoir marre de. En avoir marre de. This man was fed up with his sickness because he spent 48 years around the swimming pool. And as it was the Sabbath day and as it was a feast in Jerusalem, Jesus was going in a lot of places, was going to a lot of places. He was in Galilee, in Jerusalem, he was going everywhere to preach the word of God, right?
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Right in d'accord? Right? Jesus was going, right in d'accord? De acuerdo? Sí. De acuerdo. Jesus was going wherever to preach the gospel. And that day, Jesus said to himself, or he made up his mind to make
Decision.
He make up one's
mind.
Make up one's mind.
To take a decision.
Prendre la décision. Jesus made up his mind, and he decided to go to the swimming pool. He decided to go here, and this gate they called all this thing Bethesda. This was the place where the story took place. This was the place where the story took place. To take place, avoir lieu. Pas prendre lieu. To take place, avoir lieu. Take place, avoir lieu. Ou dérouler. Or to happen. To happen. This is the place where the story happened. The story happened in Bethesda. And this crippled man was also here. That man had no one to give him food. He had nothing to eat. He had no clothes because no one was there to give him something. Because all of them were sick people. You are a sick person. I am a sick person. Who is going to take care of another person? No one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's as if you are, I have no money and you don't have money. Who is going to give somebody money?
Right.
No one. Because you are all broke. To be broke, on n'est pas broken. To be broke, être fauché. To be broke. Retenez cette expression. Le jeu des diables dans ses poches. To be broke, être fauché. When you don't have money, what are you going to give? Because in English saying that we just give what we have. Because you cannot give something that you don't have. And this man really suffered because all of them around the swimming pool were sick. And something great was happening here in the swimming pool. The angel of God was coming down. Angel, right? Angel lunch. The angel of God was coming down in this swimming pool. And when he comes down, when he comes down and he touches or it moves, to move, bouger, or to stare up, to stare up, c'est agiter. When to stare up, when it comes down and agiter to stare up, when it comes down and it moves the swimming pool, the first person to get in that swimming pool was saved.
Except recovered.
When the angel comes down and moves that swimming pool, the first person who is going to fall in that swimming pool will be saved.
Saved.
And jusqu'à là ça va?
Yes.
I said, the first person, when the angel, or the angel who angle or angel, when the angel of God was coming down and moving water, the first person who was throwing himself into the swimming pool was Aaron. Even if you have many, if he fell the first, it's he who is going to be Aaron. You can fall and you also fall. The first person will be that will be hit, and you can't even water can't even to be drawn. C'est noyé, to be drawn. To be drawn. But there were people who were helping people. That's why in that swimming pool there were people who were helping their brothers because they could not walk. There were some who could not see. They were blind. There were others who could not walk. And if you have a member of your family, it's that member who is going to help you to throw you in water, right? Because if you have no one who is going to throw you in water, who is going to push you? No one. But this man who spent 48 years in the swimming pool had no one to put him in water. The angel was coming. When the angel comes down, the first person, if you have a member of your family, he throws you over there, you fall, directly you begin to shout, I'm healed. And it was on regular basis. On a regular basis. On a regular basis. It was on a regular basis. Still agree. On a regular basis. Or d'une manière régulière. It was on a regular basis. It was happening on a regular basis. But as this man was tired, and as Jesus also made up his mind to go there for doing something, I don't know, the Bible doesn't say it, but I hope Jesus only wanted to heal somebody over there because this is not reading. C'est pas écrit dans la Bible. It is not reading. This is my thought. Jesus went over there. Just was only passing by as usual. On ne vérifie pas des mots ici, on ne vérifie pas des mots ici, on ne vérifie pas des mots ici. Ça c'est le boss, c'est le vrai dictionnaire. C'est un mauvais dictionnaire, il faut les installer. Si vous avez des dictionnaires, là où il y a de quoi, les travaux des États-Unis, il faut les installer ça. Thank you. As I was saying, Jesus was passing by. Jesus was walking and walking and walking. Okay? Till his Bethesda. When Jesus was there, directly Jesus saw a lot of people. He saw many kinds of sick people. And Jesus was moved. Tout ça, la Bible ne dit pas ça. C'est pourquoi quand vous dites de relater l'histoire, il ne faut pas prendre la Bible, commencer à écrire non. Parce que je suis en train de mettre, parce que ça devient intéressant. N'est-ce pas? Parce que tout ça n'est pas écrit. Un jour, je vais vous envoyer, j'ai l'histoire, j'avais écrit ça. Je vais vous envoyer 5 jours dans le groupe. Pas cette semaine. Je vais vous envoyer ça, vous allez voir comment j'ai écrit ça et puis comment ils sont en train de la relater. Vous allez voir que c'est vraiment différent. Thank you. Jesus saw a lot of people who were sick. Some were not working well. Some were not seeing people. There were a lot of kinds of people. There were blind people. There were lame. Tu peux passer?
Yes.
Lame, c'est estropié, boiteux. à ne pas confondre avec lame, qui signifie agneau. Lame signifie boiteux. Bon, lame signifie boiteux et stocké. Maintenant, lame, on ne lit pas les bêtes. Lame signifie agneau, l'agneau de Dieu, the lame of God. C'est ça, they were lame people. They were blind people and they were paralyzed people. Every kind of sickness was there. And Jesus was moved. And directly he came to that father who spent 48 years in his sickness. And he spent 48 years here in the swimming pool. And Jesus came to him. He said, "Sir, do you want to be healed?" This is the question of Jesus. Jesus said, "Sir, do you want to be healed?" To be healed. Healed. Do you want to be healed? Directly, that man said, "Sir, I have no one to throw me in water." Did he answer the question?
No.
Did you answer the question?
No.
That's why this is the problem of a lot of people. A lot of people, when Jesus asks them something, they don't answer the question of Jesus. They just justify themselves instead of answering the question of Jesus. This father didn't answer the question of Jesus. Jesus asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" But he's giving Jesus his justification. He states how he was. He said, "Sir, I have no one to throw me in this water when the water in the swimming pool, when the water is moved, or when the water is stirred up." Directly, Jesus told him, stand up, take up your bed and walk. Just told him, take up your bed and walk. First, you stand up and you take up your bed. After that, you do what? You walk. And the Bible says, directly or immediately, right away, that father stood up. And that father took up his bed, and that's why they did what? That's why they walked. And that's why they was happy. When they was happy, they were the Jews. They were the Jews. They were the Jews. On peut dire aussi Jewish people. Jewish people. They were the Jews who were there, and they knew that father spent a lot of years in that condition. And they asked him, hey, because on the Sabbath, no one walks, no one does this or that, and you cannot walk with your bed. You cannot walk with your bed, and people see you walking with your bed. Bed say leave. You cannot walk with your bed. Why? Because it is the Sabbath day. On the Sabbath day, no one walks. You cannot carry a bag. You cannot carry your children. You can't do nothing. But that father, it's Jesus who told him to take his bag and walk. And that father took his bag and walked. And directly the Jews saw him. They said, hey, Christian. His name was not Christian. They said, hey, why are you walking with your bag? Don't you know that today is the Sabbath day, of course? He said, somebody who healed me told me to take up my bed and walk. I just did what he told me. And they asked that father, who is that man? And that father said, I don't know him, because Jesus disappeared. He didn't know that it was Jesus. And the last day, he was walking, and Jesus was walking. And when Jesus saw him, directly Jesus came near him. He told him, you see now, you are well.
You are working.
And when that father saw him, and Jesus told him, you are well, right? You are well, because you are already healed, right?
Yes.
And Jesus told him, go and do no more sin. La Bible utilise non. Sin no more. Ça, sont les anciens mots. Sin no more. The best word. Jesus told him, do no more sin. And when that father went back, he went to tell these Jews that it was Jesus who healed him. That's all about my story. Thank you. Je prends la première personne. C'est bon.
Yes.
C'est bon l'histoire?
Yes.
C'est bon. Vous voyez
A little bit. Yes.
quand je disais bon, vous dites, vous étiez en train de dire oui. Maintenant, j'ai dit bon, personne ne répond. Personne ne répond. C'est bon?
Yes.
Ok. Thank you. J'appelle ça rapidement alors, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah.
Ok, thank you. Hello class.
Hello.
Once upon a time there was first the type of person who Jesus healed a crippled man. Once upon a time there was a father who spent 48 years in the swimming pool, and this man was healed. And he spent 48 years in this swimming pool. His parents abandoned him. His family abandoned, and he was rejected. He was forsook. He was forsaken by his family. And one day Jesus made up his mind to come, or to come across, not to come across, but to pass by a swimming pool. And in the swimming pool, I was saying there were a gate. There was a gate, and this gate was made of 5 doorways. These are 5 doorways. And in this town, there were a swimming pool, or there was a swimming pool. And in the swimming pool, around the swimming pool, there were a lot of people. And those people were sick. And there were a lot of sick. There were a lot of
Sickness.
C'est bon jusque là?
Yes.
Okay, there were a lot of sick people. And everybody has its sickness. And everybody has their problem. Everybody had their problem. There were people who were not able to see. There were people who could not walk. There were people who could not give blows. There were people who could not dance. There were people who could not, who could not walk or go jogging. All of them were sick. And one day Jesus made up his mind to pass by this pool. And on that day it was the Sabbath, and it was the feast, and that feast was in Jerusalem, right? Jusque là c'est bon.
Yes.
Jusque là c'est bon.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. When Jesus made up his mind and he went, or he passed by the swimming pool, and in the swimming pool Jesus met this father who spent 48 years in that, who spent 48 years, and this was not the case with Jesus. Jesus was just moved. When he moved, to be moved. Jesus was moved when he saw all those people in such conditions. And something I forgot to tell you, in the swimming pool, the angel of God was coming down, and when he comes down, he touches the water, or he moves the water. The first person who is going to fall down in that water was healed. And it was the case of a lot of people. A lot of people have been healed. Even if you have HIV, you have AIDS, you have typhoid, you have TB, you have this and that, you will be, even if you have diarrhea. When the angel of God falls down, he touches the water, you will be healed, no matter your disease. But the Bible doesn't say that if you were poor, when you fall down, you will be rich. No, the Bible doesn't speak about it. And it was the same case with somebody who was here, his neighbor. His neighbor, when the angel fell down, he touched his neighbor. You don't see his neighbor, when the angel was falling down, he was touching the swimming pool, and because his neighbor had people who couldn't help him to fall in the water, and he's there for him, and he was healed. I come back. When Jesus saw him, Jesus was moved by the conditions that he saw those people. And just asked directly the question to this man. He said, do you want to be here? This man said, sir, I have no one to throw me in this water or in this swimming pool. Not this swimming pool. In this swimming pool. And if I want to go down, there is always somebody who's going to precede me. Because I cannot walk, I don't have friends, I don't have neighbors who can help me to fall in the water. That's why I have no one who can help me to fall down in the water. And to fall down on top, I see. To fall down in the water. And Jesus told him, stand up, take up your bed, and walk. And directly that man took up his bed and he walks. When the Jews saw him, they asked him, oh man, what the hell are you doing with your bed? He said, somebody who helped me, taught me to take up my bed and to do what? And walk. And walk. And they said, where is that man? He said, I don't know. And the last day, when that man was praying, I don't know where, I don't know if it was in Kimakati or in Gigi Lodge, or I don't know, Jesus met him. When Jesus met him, Jesus told him, you see now, You are well. You are healed. And directly, Jesus told him, do no more sin. And when Jesus told him like that, this man who spent 48 years in being healed went to tell the Jews that it was Jesus who healed me, even if it was on the Sabbath day. That's all about my story, and that's all about me. Thank you. C'est bon? Je donne 3 minutes de concentration.